WNBA Midseason Awards, Aj's Dominance, Caitlin Clark is Angel Reese for Top Rookie. We're weeks deep into the WNBA's All-Star and Olympic break as Team USA rolls toward an 8th consecutive gold medal. As we watch the league's stars tear it up on the world stage, I know some of us are itching to get the second half of the W season revving back up. While we wait for the August 14 restart, let's take a look at some of the frontrunners for individual awards a little past the halfway mark of the season. What two-time MVP A'ja Wilson is doing this season has potential to be an unprecedented WNBA performance. If she maintains her 27.2 points per game clip, she'll become the second player to ever average more than 25 points per game, smashing Diana Taurasi's league record 25.3 set in 2006. As the back-to-back champion Las Vegas Aces struggled to return to their elite form at the beginning of the season, Wilson held things down and provided the consistency to steer the team into the pre-break heater that got it right back on track. Coming off narrowly missing a third MVP nod in 2023, she's found ways to improve upon her already ridiculous career stats, like her first 20-20 game coming this season and a bigger emphasis on draining threes, career-high 39.5%. She leads the league in total points, 653. Win shares, a whopping 7, no. 2 is Breanna Stewart at 5.1. Player efficiency rating, 35.6. Next up is Brittany Griner at 25.4%. And points per game, 27.2. She's top 5 in every major statistical category excluding assists. Wilson's potentially historic numbers speak for themselves but further the completeness of her game and the consistency that lifted her team back to the league's upper echelon make her the resounding front-runner for most valuable player halfway through the season. The WNBA Rookie of the Year conversation has been one of the most contentious in all of sport at times this season. You've got two extremely hyped rookies in Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, both somehow exceeding our obnoxiously high expectations. You've got consistency, defensive prowess, and rebounds for days with Reese. You had a bit of a slower start from Clark, but an astronomical trajectory that has now propelled her as the standalone frontrunner at the close of the first half. Clark leads the WNBA in assists per game with 8.2, which would break the rookie record, Tika Penicheiro's 7.5 in 1998, and become a top 5 all-time mark if it holds up. She leads all rookies in points per game, 17.1, Basketball Reference's player efficiency rating, 19.6, and WNBA.com's efficiency rating, 509, and three-pointers, among other stats. She became the first rookie to ever record a triple-double, and she's on pace to become the first rookie with a 15/5/5 season. She also set the single-game assist record for any player. I'm sure Reese, her continued consistency, and her increased willingness to shoot from range will continue to make the Rookie of the Year conversation interesting in the second half. But Clark has been pulling away recently. Not many expected the formerly dynastic but recently struggling Minnesota Lynx to be where they are. Commissioner's Cup champs, 17-8, and at the top of the Western Conference, 3rd overall, halfway through the season. Maybe not many except head coach Cheryl Reeve. "You have to talk about us now," Reeve told reporters after the in-season Cup win. And here we are. The Lynx had a lot of moving parts in the offseason, like the acquisitions of Courtney Williams and Alana Smith, and Reeve has been able to navigate the transitions and usage remarkably smoothly. She also coached the team to the top of the Western Conference while difference-maker Diamond Miller was out for 13 games with a knee injury. Part of that success has been Napheesa Collier's continuing the 20 points per game pace we saw last year, as well as her all-around game. It seems like this team loves to play for Reeve, and she's getting the most out of her players. The 57-year-old is sure making her mark on the Olympic stage as the coach of Team USA. As we've watched the Lynx rise to the top of the West, we've seen Napheesa Collier making an impact at every turn. The 27-year-old scoring has obviously been huge, but she's also pacing the best defensive team in the league, as Minnesota sits with a 93.7 defensive rating, a massive improvement from last year's third-worst 105.7. The UConn product and top 5 MVP candidate ranks 3rd league-wide in rebounds per game, 10.2, 3rd in defensive rebounds per game, 7.6, and 2nd in steals per game, 2.2, all while remaining top 5 in points per game, 20. Altogether, she owns the league best defensive win share rate at 251 and a stellar 90.7 defensive rating, which puts her ahead of two-time reigning DPOY Aja Wilson, 99.4, in the category.